Hi, welcome back with the second videos of Module 6. In the previous videos, we have just had a look at the listening descriptors of Level A1 in the CAFR. As you can remember, for Level A1, students can listen to very slow and carefully articulated speech with long pauses about very basic common topics such as their family life, hobbies and pastimes, holidays, work and job, shopping and leisure activities. As well as that, students can understand simple instructions and follow one-step direction to complete simple tasks such as listen, find, and trace. For primary students, Level A1 is the targeted level. The goal for students after secondary school is Level A2. In this video, we will have a look at listening Level A2 and find the differences between the two levels. Now, let's look at the descriptors of overall listening comprehension at Level A2 and note down the keywords. The keywords are immediate priority, clearly and slowly articulated speech. As for the overall listening comprehension descriptors, students at these levels can understand phrases and expressions related to their immediate environments, such as everyday personal and family information, shopping, holidays, employments, provided that the speech is clear and slow. Alright. Turning to understanding interaction between native speakers. As compared to listening levels A1, A2 students can be able to listen to varied genres of listening, such as understanding interaction between native speakers, listening to announcements and instruction, listening to audios and recordings, as well as watching TV and film. In terms of understanding interaction between native speakers, students are able to understand the subject that the native speaker is talking about, as long as the talk is slow and clear. Loud, talking about listening to announcements and instructions. If for Level A1, students are able to follow one-step direction in a familiar context to complete a simple task, at Level A2, they can follow simple multiple-step directions and instructions, such as direction to go from A to B or to cook a simple dish. They can listen to key vocabulary in messages and announcements like the seat, the gate, the time of departure of their flight. Okay, now turning to listening to radio, audio, and recordings. Read the descriptors and note down the keywords. As you can see, the keywords are essential information and predictable everyday matters slowly and clearly. Different from listening level A1. At this level, students can understand the information from the recording, not just identifying words and phrases, but they can only understand the main idea of the recording about the daily topic. Can you think of some everyday topics? Alright. The relevant topic for this level would be things to buy in the shop, favorite food and drink, or the objects and rooms. Of course, the audios must be predictable, slow, and clear. So, what about watching TV and films? They are able to understand the subject on the news or the events as long as there are pictures, photographs, or videos to explain the events. As well as that, they can catch up with the changes in topics and have the general understanding of the content shown. For other listening sub-skills, namely listening as a member of a live audience, no descriptors is available. In short, students at A2 level can understand the main subjects of the discussion, TV news, events, recordings, and announcements, as long as the topics are of immediate relevance about the things around them, such as hobbies, part-times, holidays, employment, education, and leisure activities. So, in these videos, we just looked at descriptors for listening at A2 level and the differences between level A1 and A2. The next clip is to analyze different listening tasks and sources to find out the levels of the recordings and to see whether they are appropriate for teaching and learning listening at level A1 and A2. Thanks for watching. Hello again. In this part of the video, we are going to answer some questions to recall the keywords of listening at A2 level. Let's begin with question 1. Match the phrases with the definition. Choose the phrases that describe the characteristics of the recording at A2 level learners can understand. A. Predictable everyday matters. B. Concrete type. C. Significant point. D. Clearly and slowly articulated. E. Relatively slow. F. Immediate priority. And G. Main point. Now you have 15 seconds to give your answer. Here are the answers. Well, A. Predictable everyday matters is an event or situation occurring daily in a way that is expected. Then B. Concrete type means topic, opinion, or ideas which is clear and certain or real and existing in a form that can be seen or felt. And C. Significant point is important or noticeable idea, opinion, or piece of information. D. Clearly and slowly articulated means produced in a way that is easy to see, hear, read, and understand without much speed. Alright, as for E, relatively slow means moving, happening, or doing something without much speed. And F, immediate priority with closest or most direct needs and concerns. Finally, G, main point, means an idea, opinion, or piece of information that is larger, more important, or having more influence than others of the same type. The keywords for recordings at A2 level is A. Predictable everyday matter. B. Concrete type. D. Clearly and slowly articulated. F. Immediate priority. And G. Main point. Next, complete the sentences with the phrases provided. There are 6 phrases and you have 15 seconds to write down the answers. Well, these are the keywords you should only remember if you want to assess whether a student is at A2 level in listening or not. So, the answers are number 1, concrete, number 2, clearly, number 3, slowly. At the descriptor read, A2 learner can understand enough to be able to meet the needs of a concrete type, provided the speech is clearly and slowly articulated. And 4 phrases, 5 expression, 6 immediate, then we can see that at A2 level, students can understand phrases and expressions related to areas of most immediate priority. Let's try out another question. Please choose the correct answer for statement A to C. You got 20 seconds to do this. Well, here are the keys. At A2 level, students can A. Generally identify the topic of discussion around her that is conducted slowly and clearly. B. Then they can catch the main point in a short, clear, simple messages and announcements. And C. They can understand simple directions relating to how to get from X to Y by foot or public transport. Now we continue with some true-false questions. A. Students at A2 can understand and extract the essential information from long enough recorded passages dealing with predictable evident matters that are delivered slowly and clearly. B. Students at A2 can identify details of TV news items, reporting events, accidents, etc., where the visual supports the commentary. C. Students at A2 can follow changes of topic of back to a TV news item and form an idea of the main content. The answers will be given to you after 15 seconds. Well, A is false. A2 learners can understand and extract the essential information from short recorded passages. B is false too, because A2 students can identify the main point with visual support. They can't follow the details. C is true. The keywords are changes of topics, back to a TV news item, and the main idea of the content. Now let's try question 5. Choose the descriptors which are not in A2. A. A2 students can recognize familiar words and very basic phrases concerning themselves, their family, and immediate concrete surroundings when people speak slowly and clearly. B. A2 students can understand phrases and the highest frequency vocabulary related to the area of most immediate personal relevance. For example, very basic personal and family information, shopping, local geography, employment. C. A2 students can understand the main point of many radio or TV programs on current affairs, or topics of personal or professional interest when the delivery is relatively slowly and clear. D. A2 students can catch the main point in short, clear, simple messages and announcements. E. A2 students can understand the main point of clear standard speech on familiar matters regularly encountered in work, school, leisure, and so on. Now you have 15 seconds to write down your answers. Well, the correct descriptors for A2 level is B and D. The keywords to bear in mind are phrases and the highest frequency vocabulary,
area of most immediate personal relevance, main point in short, clear, simple messages and announcements. Actually, A is the descriptor for A1 level, while C and E are for B1 level. Coming up next is question 6. For this question, you need to write down on a piece of paper 3 topics of spoken sources that A2 level students can listen to. 15 seconds start. Well, some familiar topics that are manageable for A2 level students are basic personal or family information, shopping, local geography, and employment. As for question 7, choose 4 types of listening that A2 students can understand. Now, let's see the answers. 4 typical types are TV news reports, messages, simple direction, instruction. So, that's the end of the video. Hope that after watching this, you're able to understand the descriptors of listening at A2 level and apply your understanding into assessing student listening level as well as the listening tests. See you in the next video.